Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today in the membership orientation webinar. Just a couple housekeeping things before we get started. We're going to be using the chat box a lot for interacting. I'm expecting around 30 people to join the webinar today, so it gets a little difficult to have you not be on mute. So make sure you're on mute in case the system doesn't keep you on mute. And also, can you just write me a quick note in the chat box that you can hear me? I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Thank you. We'll start in a moment. Okay, it looks like most of you can hear me, and you can see my screen, and we're going to get started. Again, just to remind everybody, my goal is to make this as interactive as possible. However, we have a lot to cover with you. So we will be interacting via chat box, and I will be pausing from time to time to make sure that if any of you have any questions, I address those, and then just checking in to see if anyone wants to ask a question. All right, let's move forward. Just to warn you, I always end up having a challenge moving to the next slide. So here we are. Like I said, I want to make this interactive. So the way I'm going to check for engagement at the end of this webinar is to ask a question. And the first person to respond to the question, and it could be about anything, something about PIHRA, something about our conference, something about our chapters. But the first person to respond via chat box would get this beautiful PIHRA Padfolio. So I'm really hoping that you stay engaged, that you get a lot out of this webinar, and and that you get any of the questions that you have answered. If for some reason I'm not able to answer your question, I will find out the answer and respond to it after the webinar. We're going to be spending 45 minutes together. I'll do my best to honor your time and get out at 12:45. However, I have a lot to cover, and sometimes some of the questions are really relevant. So just note for yourself, we might run maybe 5 minutes over. And I do appreciate you, and know that if you have to jump off, don't worry about it. You could always follow up with me and Elisette, who is on this slide, afterwards, so that we can engage you in any way that would be of most benefit. So who's the person talking to you right now? Well, my name is Lily Arguello. I'm in the middle here on this slide. I'm the membership manager. I joined PIHRA in 2014. Actually, I was a member before I ever dreamed of becoming a staff member here, and I'm really passionate and excited about PIHRA. I believe that It's our mission to help advance human resource professionals, and as an organizational development person in my past life, I've always been passionate about helping organizations be successful and individuals be successful through the strategic planning process and through management training and coaching and things of that sort. My right hand here is Elisette Sapian, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Excuse me. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. My name is Elisette Sapian. I'm on the right side of the slide that you see there. I'm the membership coordinator, and I work very closely with Lily here. I'm usually one of the first individuals that you speak with if you dial the main number. So if you have any questions, if you have any trouble throughout the webinar, I'm also going to be answering questions via the chat box if Lily can't get to it. So please feel free to be interactive on the chat box. If you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to give me a call, email us. We're available usually from 8 to 5 p.m.
8:30 to 5:30
p.m. So give us a call, send us an email. We're always here.
Yeah, so Elisette is great and will be able to answer most questions that you have, whether they're technology related, getting on the association management software, registering for an event, or anything like that. She's our first line here, so I want you to know her. Also, please, we're going to give you the slide deck pretty much within the half hour after the webinar, so you don't have to take a lot of these notes. So our contact information is on here. One of the things that I like to emphasize here is that we're primarily volunteer-led and really strive to be member-centric. So let me introduce you to Dylan Robertson. He is the VP of Membership Development, and he's one of our volunteer leaders. He's on the PIHRA board and started his volunteer leadership position at the chapter level. So anyone who's interested in developing their leadership skills and gaining more exposure within the community and, everything else that goes along with volunteerism and leadership, I will try to cover any questions you have during this webinar, but also feel free to reach out to me afterwards. Dylan is very accessible, very passionate and hardworking around PIHRA, and so you can reach out to him as well. I just want to do a quick shout out. I see a familiar name in our attendee list, so Dr. Toya, please feel free to chime in. I'm so glad to have you on the webinar. Toya Moore has been a friend of PIHRA for a while, and we're really proud of her, and she's on the webinar. So Toya, if you have any questions or comments, we'll make sure to address those as we go forward. Thank you for joining. So what is PIHRA's mission? I talked a little bit about this already. We are here to provide communities, professional development, and resources to advance human resource professionals, and we've been doing it since 1944. So we have a very long history of working in the human resources community here in Los Angeles. This is another part of the presentation where I like to tell you that we were established before SHRM, the Society of Human Resources Management, Society of Human Resource Management, yeah, I got that right. They were established, actually, I believe it was in Indiana or Illinois, somewhere in the Midwest, and they were established in 1948. So just a little history lesson there. Back in 1944, a group of personnel managers got together and really wanted to start discussing the future of the human resources profession. So back there it was called personnel management or industrial relations, and they first met in downtown Los Angeles, and they decided to establish this association. And the first name under which it was established was PIHRA, P-I-R-A, the Personnel and Industrial Relations Association. So some of you may be familiar with the way in the past we have talked about our chapters. We've talked about them in terms of districts, and each of them had a number. So District 1 is our PIHRA Los Angeles, and that's the group that meets out of downtown LA. So we have a rich history. We've been around a long time, and for me, that means that we're doing something right. So you are joining or have joined an organization who has a legacy. So I'm going to move on. But I do see a question. Do you want to?
It's Toya. She said, "Thanks so much, Lily."
Thanks, Toya. All right. Toya, we're going to see you at the conference. I'm going to tell you all about the conference. I'm really excited about the California HR conference. So, and Toya will be there, so you can meet her. All right. So a little bit more about PIHRA. I mentioned we were volunteer-led. Our current 2018 president of the board of directors is Patty Ann Sprinkle. She has over 30 years of experience as HR professional, and I think she's been volunteering for PIHRA for more than 15 years. She recently retired and was really excited to be elected as the board president. And because she has more time to invest, she's very passionate about PIHRA. She's given a lot to PIHRA in the last year. And you're going to see her at many of our PIHRA conferences, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Also on this slide is Rafael Rivera. He's the executive director of PIHRA, so he leads our staff. He's our fearless leader, and he joined, I think it's 8 years ago now, and I really credit him for developing top-notch programming, bringing together a great staff, including myself and Ellie Sat, right? And also creating the PIHRA annual conference has now become the California HR conference. We are now the largest HR conference in the West, and I actually think that we're one of the best HR conferences in the world. So if you're not signed up to go to conference, really consider signing up, and I'll answer any questions that I can about how you can go about and do that. So a little bit more about us. So who are our members? Just to give you a sense of who you're going to be connecting with as a PIHRA member, we have over 4,100 members. Actually, my latest count is over 4,300 members. I'm going to pat myself on the back. We've grown membership consistently since I've been here, at least by 4% per year over year. So things are going really well. We want you to be able to connect with as many HR pros as possible. So that's why we do that. We want to grow because we want you to grow, and we want you to build the most effective HR board of directors for yourself as possible. And you know, that kind of lends itself for us to have volume and have more people for you to connect with. Just who are our members? Around 40% are at the manager generalist level. We have 24% of our members are at the director plus level, and then we have a substantial amount of people at the entry level of HR. 36% of our members are HR certified. So that means that they are certified through the Human Resource Certification Institute, HRCI, or they're certified through SHRM certification. The top industries represented by our members are manufacturing, consulting, and healthcare. And the majority, or a large number of our members, work in organizations with between 100 and 400 and 500 employees. So that's just to give you a sense of who's in the pool here of our membership. And these may shift as we grow. So, you know, stay tuned if you want to join me next year, early next year, for this presentation to see how these stats have changed, if at all. So one of the things that when I got here I thought was important was for us to monetize the value of the membership. And so what I was able to do is estimate that the PIHRA membership for only $150 a year, that you get $3,000 worth of value. Now, obviously, that's if you utilize every single resource that we have available. That's not always possible. But first and foremost, the one thing you're going to hear me say over and over again during today's webinar is that the face-to-face local connections that you make through PIHRA are priceless. You cannot get that anywhere else. We have a network of 17 chapters, which I'll show you a map in a moment. And really, that's how people are able to be successful in my mind. I know as a consultant in the past that HR could be a very lonely position. A lot of the times you're pushing compliance, ideas that aren't popular, you're having to deal with layoffs, you're having to deal with employee things, and it's just something that you really can't talk about within the organization because a lot of it is confidential. So this is where you can build your sounding board and and lifelong friends. So I'm going to push that. Please, please, please don't isolate in this position. You want to at least make a goal for yourself to at least go to one program or one social a quarter. It's so easy to isolate. So again, that's kind of my platform here. That's how PIHRA is. That's PIHRA's competitive advantage for all of the other associations you can join. It's that face-to-face networking and connections that you can make. Ask any of our members. We also have a live HR advisor, telephone-based consulting. All members get 12 calls per year. If you were to purchase that alone, it would be around $1,200. We have an award-winning HR compliance center where there's a job description builder, an employee handbook builder. There's a salary analysis tool. There's so much on there. You could spend hours playing around with that. Just the employee handbook builder and the job description builder would cost you $1,000. There's webinars on there. Some of them you could even get recertification credit for. Members also get discounts at all of our monthly meetings and our conference and the legal update in January. So if you were to go to all those, you'd be saving around $600 for it. We also, last year, we included a partnership with CareerArc. They offer a online job discovery and career strategies tool called Your Next Step. So all members get free access to that. And one of the things that wowed me about that tool is that it has a video cam, so you can actually videotape yourself answering interview questions or giving presentations and then play it back to you. I know we all learned that in Speech 101, but do you really do that? Do you know how important it is in today's competitive job market to know how you're coming off? It's vital. I know I need to do that myself. So we also give partner discount. So if you're a member, you get a discount to buying products on the College Chamber store. And also, for example, at UCLA Extension, you are eligible for a discount to one of their certification classes or something like that. So you will get this slide, so you would know how to access all of this once we are done. And I don't know if there's any questions. Should I move on? All right, I'm going to move on. So right now, if you're not a member, we're doing a 45-day PIHRA membership for free. If you have any questions about that, let me know, or visit PIHRA.org/PIHRA45. The URL is here at the bottom. So if you're a little skeptical or can't make the investment right away or anything like that, you don't have too much more time to utilize it because the deadline for utilizing the free membership is July 31st, but it's worth a shot. And we're giving, just so you guys know, we're giving, you can renew at the rate of $125 before August 8th if you want to become a full member, but along the way, we're giving even steeper discounts. So you might as well sign up now to find out what those discounts are going to be. All right. We also have a PIHRA Premium benefit level. That's an additional cost, but here this slide summarizes the differences. So it's really related to the PIHRA Workplace, which is the live hotline, which I talked about earlier, the Compliance Center, which I talked about earlier, and it adds this PIHRA or Think HR Learn component. And that's a real wow factor here. So for around $1,000 more per year, you get unlimited use of the hotline. And that's great because if your boss comes to you with some pressing issue, you probably want to do a little research on your own, and it's always useful to call someone. This hotline is staffed by senior certified HR professionals. They'll spend some time with you on the phone, and they'll also send you some backup via email afterwards. So it's great to have that third-party guidance and or input into whatever issue you're facing. Instead of the federal handbook builder, employee handbook builder, with premium you get all 50 state handbook builder. If you ever use a handbook builder, it's basically you just if you want to really shine and refresh your employee handbook builder, that's a great way to do it. And it also includes California law, which we all know is the most challenging in all the nation. So that's worth it as well. Now, again, Wow Factor is this Learn product. It's an enterprise-wide learning management system. You can train all 500 of your employees using this system. It also includes the mandatory AB 1825 sexual harassment training that's mandatory for all supervisors. As the administrator on the back end with this system, you can create learning tracks. You can ensure that people have taken the course that you've asked them to take, and then they can also print out their own certificate of completion. So it's really it really wowed me. So that's some of the benefits that we have. Now I want to talk, like I said, I'm going to emphasize the networking component here at PIHRA because I think it's just so important. So I talked to you about PIHRA's 17 chapters. We're also very interested in growing, and we have some feelers out in northern San Diego County, and we also have had some interest in the San Luis Obispo area as well. But right now we have 17 chapters. We go as far north as Antelope Valley. They meet out of Palmdale. So right now we call that the PIHRA Antelope Valley chapter. We also have PIHRA Ventura County. They meet out of Camarillo. You see Santa Clarita up there. They meet out of Newhall, I want to say. We go as far south as PIHRA South Orange County. PIHRA South Orange County is our largest chapter with over 640 members, and they attract over or at least 100 people at each of their monthly meetings. By the way, just to remind you, most of these chapters meet once a month. So if you're looking for a specific topic in HR that you're interested in as a member, you can go to any of the chapter meetings and receive the member rate to attend. We also have PIHRA Southwest Riverside. They're a smaller chapter, but they meet probably every other month, and they meet out of Temecula right now. We go as far east as PIHRA Coachella Valley. They meet out of Palm Desert, and they have a very active group there. And we go as far west as the beach. We have PIHRA West LA. They meet out of Santa Monica. They kind of rotate. Brentwood, Culver City sometimes. Because of that area, it's so saturated and so much traffic, we decided that we were going to kind of rotate the meeting space there. And then we have PIHRA South Bay that meets out of Hawthorne. Our second largest group is PIHRA Los Angeles, who is, that group meets out of downtown LA at the City Club. So every chapter has its own culture, but I can't tell you enough about how wonderful they are. So please let me know if you have any questions. And just to be clear, as a PIHRA member, you would select your preferred chapter, but you can go to any chapter meeting at the member price, and you don't have to become a member, by the way, to go to the meetings. So you can go to any of these meetings to test it out. You just won't get the member price. There is a price associated to going to the monthly meetings, and the reason is that we have they have to pay for the venue, there's a meal component, and there's professional development at each of these meetings. So you are eligible, if you are HR certified, to receive HR certification credit for attending. So I don't see any questions, so I'm going to move on. All right. We also have specialty groups. So there are another way to network within the organization. So I talked to you a little bit about, the ways to connect. So we have, I need to update this number. We have 4,300 individual members representing probably now more like 2,600 companies. And we also, from the home office, develop programs. The two major programs we developed in the now are PIHRA Annual Legal Update. That happens usually in the January, February timeframe. We usually have multiple sites. So last year, for example, we had a PIHRA Legal Update in Riverside, we had one in downtown LA, and we had one in Orange County. The same would be true probably for 2019 as well. Then we have the California HR Conference, which I'm going to get into some detail in a bit. I see a question. Should we pause?
Yeah, that's the question.
Can you change your primary chapter whenever you like, or is it set? Yes, you can change your primary chapter. I'm pretty sure that when you log in to the system and go to your profile, you can change your chapter. But if you have any issues with doing that, Elisette or myself can help you with that. That's not an issue at all. You could also, instead of changing your chapter, for example, you could sign up to receive notifications of meetings for other chapters. Can you type in the chat box? The way you would do that is go to PIHRA.org/stayinformed and fill out the form, and that way your email address will be put on the distribution list for whatever other chapter that you'd like to attend. So great question, thank you. All right, let's talk a little bit about our specialty groups. So the first one that I talk about is PIHRA Foundation. They are their own 501c3. Their mission is to serve the Southern California HR community by raising funds to offer scholarships and programs for human resource professionals. So for example, they have 2 stipends to the California HR Conference. I think the submission for that scholarship just ended, unfortunately, but if you or anyone you know is in transition or working toward a human resources degree or wanting to get HR certified and would like some financial support, please visit PIHRA.org/foundation. The other thing they do is they do community outreach. So they, in the past, have published a booklet called You and Your First Job, and they'll take out delegations to the local colleges and junior colleges and colleges. Did I say high schools? I don't know if I said high schools. Actually, local high schools to help young people be prepared for their first job interview and help guide them in terms of their career discovery. They host a silent auction at the California HR Conference in the expo hall. That is always so much fun. So and they're seeking donations right now. So if any of you would like to make a donation, it's a great way to get you or your company's name out there. It's going to be viewed by over 2,800 people at the conference, and it's just a great way to give back. So that's the PIHRA Foundation. Again, if any questions, let me know. Oh, there's a question. You want to read it for me?
Sure. Tammy is asking, where can I get a copy of the booklet? I think she's referring to the foundation.
Yeah, so you'd want to visit the PIHRA.org/foundation site, and I think there is at the top a link to maybe you could put it in there for us, Elisette. There's a link to where you can order those booklets. Okay, and what we'll do is in the chat box, we will send you all the location of where to order those from. But you would go to the PIHRA.org/foundation site. Thank you so much for asking. Club PIHRA is one of our specialty groups. They are the fun side of PIHRA, like I like to say, but in all seriousness, they provide a venue for all those HR folks who are responsible for employee recognition events, the employee Christmas party, the summer picnic, and so forth. So they meet once a quarter, and they rotate their meetings throughout Southern California at great venues at which you may want to host one of your employee events or corporate events. So that, for example, their next event is going to be at the Commerce Casino. It's called Day at the Casino, and it's going to be an all-day event, it looks like. I'm not quite sure of the details, but I know they're going to have a good time. Usually what they do is they have a vendor fair. So if you're trying to plan out or find a caterer or find a event solutions company or venues to have your events, that's a great place to go. They'll have a meal, and they also have a program component. I'm not sure if I know what the program is, but they do have a save the date for Friday, October 12th. And so if you're certified, you'd be able to get recertification credit. But they have events at Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, and they're really affordable. So I think for around $35, you would have the event, which would include, like I mentioned, the fair, a professional development component, a meal, and then you can go into the venue afterwards. So I know I haven't been able to go, but I wanted to take my daughter with me to go to Six Flags or Knott's Berry Farm. So this is a great group. If you have any interest in, the whole employee recognition, employee event side of HR, please join them. They're just, I can't say enough about them. Now, the PIHRA Young Professionals, this is my pride and joy. I can't say enough about them either. This program was launched in 2015. They exist to engage, equip, and encourage young professionals who are actively working in human resources or who are interested in human resources. They meet once a quarter. They've been having great events. They're career development events. They had a community service event recently where they went and helped build out a community garden for youth in Culver City, I think it was. That was recent. And their next big event is at the California HR Conference. It's going to be held on Monday, August 27th at the Hyatt Regency from 6 to 8:30 p.m. And they don't have a name yet, but they've invited an improv group to do a workshop on professional development. I'm really excited about that. The other part of why this is my baby is because when we launched it, we applied for the SHRM Pinnacle Award in 2016, and we got it. So we actually won an award for the work we did in this area. Since then, I'm no longer involved. The young professionals took over, and they built out a committee, and that was the whole purpose of it, so that they could take this and run, and they're doing a great job. So if you're a young professional or know of any young professionals, get them involved, get them networking early on so that it becomes a habit. I know that I was encouraged to network, and I've always found it a challenge. So, just keep at it. I see a question. Let's pause here. Okay, let's see. It's probably the question I always get. How young do you have to be? Well, first, you have to be young at heart. No, but the way we define young professionals is individuals 35 years and below, but they're not, if you're my age, in your 40s, they're not going to tell you not to go. So, we wanted to make this as inclusive as possible, but if you're a little older than 35 or, don't have an interest level that lends itself to that group, you might feel a little out of place. So yeah, 35 and below. Now, remember I told you, I emphasize the networking component. And, I think that people like to do work and build relationships with people they like and people that are fun. At the end of the day, for me, when I'm trying to reach my goals, I am enjoying my time. I am connecting with people at a different level. I'm getting to know them personally. And the people who have those interpersonal skills, and I don't always have it right, but you want to start developing those. And this is a safe place to do that. So please go to one of these events. PIHRA South Bay, their event is when? Tomorrow? Oh, wow, they're having a Friday night event. It's called South Bay Handbags and Happy Hour Mixer. Do you know, is that going to be in the marina or something? Do you know? If you have any questions about that, but I think they do that once a year, and it's a great event. I believe it's a community, it's related to community service as well, right here, probably in the Marina Del Rey. July 17th, PIHRA Woodland Hills and PIHRA Ventura County are having a mega social next Tuesday at Bogies. I think it's Bogies in Westlake Village. There's already 75 people signed up. So if you want to meet some people and you're located in the San Fernando Valley, Woodland Hills area, Westlake, Thousand Oaks, I would definitely go. You're going to meet a lot of people there. I'm really excited about that. Unfortunately, it's a little far for me, and I have my daughter, so I won't be there. There is a cost to attending July 13th and July 17th, but it's pretty minimal. July 17th, on the same day, we have PIHRA Pasadena is hosting their HR Roundtable and Book Club, and I think that's either low cost or free. It's free, right?
Usually it's free.
It's usually free. So if you just want, if you kind of running low on cash and want to get involved at a different, with kind of an alternate event, this is in the evening, I'm pretty sure, and it's a great group too to join. Now this is the one I'm really excited about. July 18th, we're launching PIHRA Real HR in collaboration with PIHRA Los Angeles. We're going to be at the Elevate Lounge in the Financial District in downtown LA, and the topic is Taming the Rogue Executive. We're going to have a learner-centric panel, so the audience is going to be able to ask questions related to, how to deal with managers who want to do their own thing, or difficult managers, or managers who, in this day and age, are breaking the law. And as HR professionals, sometimes it's really difficult to be heard. And also, what are the skills that you need to be able to deal with this effectively? So if you haven't signed up already, I'm going to be there. I'd love to see you. I'm really excited about this program. It's different. We're combining a social with a program component. It's, I think, $25 for members, and includes appetizers and drink tickets. We're also going to have a DJ. So, come learn and have fun with me next Wednesday. On July 19th, we have PIHRA Santa Clarita is having an evening appreciation member social. I believe that's at the Country Club in Santa Clarita. So there is a cost to that. And I want to formally invite you to my member reception on Sunday, August 26th at the California HR Conference. It's not up on the calendar yet. I am going to hopefully get it up there by next week on the PIHRA HR calendar. It's free. We're going to be at Gladstone's. We're going to have a really interesting industry networking exercise. It's only an hour. So I invite you, if you have any questions about that, it's just a great place. Last year was the first year we did it. It got packed. By the way, it's going to be probably hot at Gladstone's in Long Beach, so just be prepared for that. It's Sunday. I know Sunday is family fun day, but take a Sunday out to work on your career and make some professional connections. It's going to be a blast. By the way, right after that is the president's reception for the conference. You can go if you want to. And that's going to have a Mexican fiesta theme, which I'm so excited about. Anyway, okay, I think I've spent too much time here, so let me move on. We have some online networking opportunities. You'll get this in the deck. We have also opportunity via our membership system. It's called Social Link. So it looks like a Facebook platform, but you're going to get this. This is just how to navigate within Social Link and within your membership profile so that you can update your membership profile, renew, look at the membership directory, which is online, connect with people online, update your profile. So this is where you would change, for example, your preferred chapter. You would go here, let me see if I can do this real quick. You would go to My Profile and look up your preferred location or preferred chapter, and you would change it there. Learning at PIHRA. So I spent so much time talking about membership that I'm going to have to hurry through this. But again, I'm available afterwards, or you could always send me your email, your questions via email. We have discounted rates. I talked about that. Now, here's the California HR Conference. You would think that as staff, I hear this all the time, I've gone 4 times, that I am, it's not the highlight of my year. This is the highlight of my year. We have over 70 speakers. We have at least 5 to 6 receptions going on throughout the 3 days. We're starting on Sunday this year, so there's actually learning sessions on Sunday, August 26th, followed by the receptions I mentioned to you, the member reception at Gladstone's in Long Beach, and then the President's Welcome at the Hyatt. These are our keynotes. Mel Robbins, she developed the 5-second rule. Everyone's talking about how excited they are to see her. We have Abdel Aziz, which I don't know too much about, but he's exciting. And then Scott Kelly, who I'm really excited about. He lived for a year on a space station, so it'll be interesting to hear from him. Now, if you register for the conference before July 31st, you're going to save $50 because the price goes up after that. So also, if you're interested in volunteering at the conference, the application process deadline is tomorrow. So if you need that information on where to apply to volunteer, let us know and we'll get that to you. But I can't talk to you anymore about how excited I am and what a wonderful place to be as an HR professional. For pre-conference, we also have learning sessions on Sunday, but we also have the HR and SHRM certification prep classes going on before conference. These are going to be intense 2 to 3 day conference prep courses for the HRCI, PIHRA, PIHRCA, and the SPHR, I believe. And then also we'll have SHRM prep courses for the SHRM CP and SHRM SCP. On the HRCI side, we're also going to do the associate PIHRA. So people who are at the entry level, I'm actually going to be a part of that. So if you're interested in that, this is the URL. The URL is on the slide, so you can find out more there. We have online learning. We just sent out an email yesterday on a webinar that's coming up. We also have on-demand learning, so you can access that at PIHRA.org/PIHRA learning. Let's see, what time do I have? Okay, I have 2 minutes. Tools and discounts. So a lot of the next slide is talking about the PIHRA Workplace, which is the PIHRA Compliance Center, the Live, and the Learn. I'm going to breeze through this. Just know, to access the PIHRA Compliance Center, it's a separate login, location, and username and password. Your username is usually going to be the email address that we have on file for you as your primary email, and then you would get, when you sign on, within 2 to 3 weeks, you would get a welcome email from ThinkHR, who is our partner with this. If you have any questions about this or having difficulty finding this, just email me or Elisette, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. PIHRA Live, I told you about. PIHRA Comply, this is all of the stuff it includes. It's just, you can spend days looking through this. Those are included with your membership. PIHRA Learn is not included with the 150, but you can upgrade to the PIHRA Premium level, and it includes PIHRA Learn. There's over 200 interactive online courses for your employees to take. You can get expert training advice that will help you create some learning tracks. They have anything in there, like from OSHA to customer service training, all kinds of things on here. So something to definitely look at. We have a career center at PIHRA.org/jobs. As an employer, you can post. As a job seeker, you can search for positions. I think once, twice a month, we push out emails to you on the latest, hottest HR jobs locally. They're also running on a news feed on our social media channels. All right, did I run out of time? I sure did. Here's some more information about your next step. If you would be interested in free customized employee training, you'll get this in the slide deck. Please contact our partner Custom Corporate Communications to see if you're eligible. You may qualify to bring in some training into your firm. Told you about the discounts. This is on our page. If you're ever stuck in the middle of the night trying to register or anything, this is where you'd go to the website FAQs to figure out how to get something done. If not, just email us. We'll do the best we can help. If you're a SHRM member, please make sure that you note PIHRA as your local SHRM chapter by completing the primary chapter designation form, and here's the URL to find that, or you could just contact me and Elisette, and we can help you with that. Communications, you're going to get emails from us, so if you're uncomfortable with any of them, please let us know. We'll do our best to try to help you manage that, but you're going to get a check-in if you're a new member, probably once a month, once every month and a half. You get a weekly PIHRA HR newsletter. You get ongoing monthly program invitations. Here's that URL that we gave you earlier, and then you'll get notifications about our conferences and special programs. Contact us if you have any questions. You're going to get this in the deck. We are willing to hear you and do our best to help you. And here is where we are on social media. So please become a member of our LinkedIn group. Just search up PIHRA, or Professionals in Human Resources Association. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And I think that's it. So thank you for holding out with me. I still have a lot of it. I still have 21 of you on the call. Thank you so much. So I think unless there's any questions, I think I see a question. Let's see. Okay, no real questions. So here's the trivia question. It's going to be a simple one. The first person to reply via chat box with the correct answer to the following question receives the Padfolio, and we'll mail it to you. In which year was PIHRA founded? In which year was PIHRA founded? Ooh, I got one. Who do you see? Livia, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize, but you have won the Padfolio. Yes, in 1944, PIHRA was established. SHRM was established in 1948. So whoever said 1948, that was SHRM. So thank you all so much. I do see another question that came in a little late. I'll respond via chat box right now. And come visit me at the California HR conference. Even if you can't purchase a full registration, there's an Expo Pass that you could purchase. I forget the cost. It's between $35 and $50 per day. Then there's, I think, an Expo Plus that if you come on Tuesday, you can go to the Tuesday night event, which is going to be awesome, by the way. Thank you all for the California HR conference. Here, I'm going to show you. You can go to californiahr18.org to get information on conference, or you can email me. And then I think someone asked for the price for membership, I believe. I'm not sure what that question was about. Sorry, you joined us late. And the cost for membership is $150, but we do have a trial membership going on. So if any of you are interested in that, the information is in the deck I'm about to send you, and have a wonderful evening. And yes, I will send you all information on how to volunteer for conference in the email that we send out. So thank you so much. This webinar has been recorded, so we will also make sure you know where to find the recording. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye.